Lesson 3 of Within the Deep by R. Cadwallader Smith. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Lesson 3. Seals. There are many different kinds of seal. The family is a large one, but all have one thing in common: the fish-like body with toes joined together by a web. Anyone who has seen the diving power of a seal and its wonderful way in the water will agree that the flippers of the seal are as useful as the fins of the fish. In fact, the flipper beats the fin, for the seal earns his dinner by chasing and catching fish. He slips through the water with perfect ease and seizes the darting fish in their own home. The seal is nearly always hungry, but so wonderfully quick that his hunting is made easy for him. It is quite another matter on land, where his best pace is a waddle and a shuffle. But his life is in the wide sea, where he can feed and sleep as easily as other mammals can on land. Seals are easily tamed, and soon become fond of their owners. Some fishermen once caught a baby seal, which they gave to a boy, knowing his love of animals. The strange baby soon made itself at home, and loved to lie in the warmth of the kitchen fire. It knew the voice of its young master, and would follow him like a dog. The older it grew, the more milk and fish it needed each day. At last this food was not to be easily obtained, and so the boy had to get rid of his pet. He rowed out to sea, taking the seal, and let it free in the ocean to fend for itself. But the seal would not leave him. It swam swiftly round the boat, calling pitifully. Needless to say, it was taken back again, and well cared for. Seals have even been trained to catch fish for their owners. Being docile by nature, and having larger brains than most animals, they can be taught. Perhaps you have seen sea lions performing surprising tricks, showing clearly how intelligent these fish-like creatures really are. The sea lions at the London Zoo are not specially trained, but they are clever enough to teach themselves, especially when rewarded by a few extra fish. They know well the voice of their keeper, and clap with their flippers to let him know that feeding time is near, and in many other amusing ways to prove their intelligence. You have noticed, perhaps, that these sea lions can shuffle along on their hind flippers, which are turned forward under the body. The real seals, however, cannot do this. Their hind limbs, so wonderful in the water, are merely dragged behind the body on land. Sealskin should be called sea lion skin, to be exact, for it is the sea lions, not the true seals, which men kill and rob of their lovely warm coats. The giant of the seal family is the sea elephant, a big, lumbering fellow with a most peculiar nose. Of course, this gives him his name, though it is not much like the trunk of the real elephant. It is just the baggy skin of his nose, a foot long, which hangs down past his mouth. When the sea elephant is angry or excited, this loose nose of his becomes filled with air and bulges out. Our colored picture shows you Mr. Sea Elephant, full grown. His wife and children have ordinary seal noses. Perhaps we should say wives, not wife, for he has many. The sea elephants go to wild, lonely islands, and there make their nurseries. Year after year, tens of thousands of the big seals gather to fight and to rear their young. The clumsy great father sea elephants fight terrible battles, and at this time always seem to be in a very bad temper, tearing each other with their tusk-like teeth. Their roaring can be heard far out at sea, but the lady seals take no part in these combats. We have no room in this lesson to look at all the other kinds of seals, sea lions, sea bears, and walrus. As we have already noticed, the sealskin sold in shops is really the skin of a sea lion. Sometimes these are called eared seals, for they possess little ears, while the real seals have only small holes in the side of the head for ears. Again, there are some eared seals whose fur is of no use to us, for it lacks the deep underfur of the fur seals. Nature gave this coat to the seal to protect him from the cold, but it has caused his destruction. for these animals were killed by the 100,000. Worse than this, they were killed in the most cruel manner. Laws have now been made to help protect the poor fur seal from its merciless hunters. It lives in cold seas where its deep, rich coat is a splendid protection. No finer fur is there for keeping out cold and wet, and the skillful furrier can make it into soft garments of great value. The habits of these seals are strange indeed. For 9 or 10 months of the year they wander freely over the open seas. They dive for their food, and sleep calmly amidst the restless heaving of the ocean. This is the happy life of the seal, though enemies, sharks, killer whales, and grumpuses, sometimes snap him up as he sleeps. Then, in the springtime, there comes a change. The seal leave the open sea and take to the land. They go to their special breeding places, or rookeries, as they are called. The big old man seals arrive first and haul themselves on shore. Each chooses a spot for himself among the rocks. He then settles down to defend it. For more and more old man seals come, all eager to own the best places. The roaring and fighting go on day and night. The gentle seal is now a savage beast, covered with wounds. Then the soft-eyed female seals come ashore. Now, the thing is for each big male seal to claim as many lady seals as he can. More fighting, roaring, and tearing occur now, in which the lady seals are banged about like footballs. The strongest old man drags the female seal away in his teeth, and plumps her down in his special part of the beach. Along comes another big seal to take her away, and the fight begins again. Meanwhile, the younger seals keep out of the way. Strange to say, the fighting seals take no food at all, though they are on the beach for several weeks. A few stones is all they eat, though at other times they devour numbers of fish at every meal. Exercises. 1. How could you tell the sea lion from the real seal? 2. Where are the seal rookeries? What happens there in the springtime? 3. Why is the sea elephant so named? End of Lesson 3.